Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with Railroad Tycoon Fever here on the Mainline. And we're just outside Mega City 1. I was going to pick up one of the Australian goods lines that we'd built last time around to start off with. But then I saw this and I just went, well, I could quite happily just sit here for a bit. Look at all of this. It's so very, very pretty. Yes, it is very pretty. I had a couple of requests after the last episode for links to mods and so forth. If you go to the first couple of episodes in the series, you'll find links not only to the mods that I'm using this time around, but also to the map download, so you can go from scratch if that's what floats your boat. And if you want to use the shader that I'm using, back up to around episode 28, I've got a link to that. I would say something like, "Oh, I'll stick links in the description," but I never do. I always forget there is a cognitive dissonance between what I say with my face and what ends up being typed with my hands. So there you go. So this is Mega City 1. I've chosen a particularly uneventful time to be here. Sorry about that. But doesn't it look nice? Oh, it's like a whole fresh wilderness that we've got going on. Let's zoom out a bit and see if there's any action nearby. Not so much. Oh well, never mind. Now then, next trick is find one of the trains that we deploy. As luck would have it, we've got two. Are you packing at the moment? You're not. Are you packing at the moment? Oh, no, wait for it. And yeah, okay, 8 cows and 80 bushels of grain on board there. I don't believe grain comes in a bushel, but it does here, simply because I like a bushel as much as the next man. And there's a zippy train going past, look. And as time goes on, that kind of coincidental transport in the background is going to become more and more commonplace. Anyway, it is working. How much have you made this year? 1.89 million. Thank you very much. I'll take it. Given that max running costs that we've had so far is 2 million, that's well within reason. If we now bring up the overall who's making me the most of the loss here. Right, no, let's bring up the good guys. So Atlantis to Hogsmeade is still king of the hill, running almost at capacity and making 14.5 million quid a year. Lovely. A couple of local routes. The other cross-country route is making some cash. Interior shipping, oh yeah, that's making some bucks. What else? The intercity, what the heck is the intercity? I don't recall. Oh no, that's my bus route. We'll go there. I'll show you. That's something I set up off camera, but I set it up a while ago now. Basically, it's a bus route from Alpha Complex's dock out to the airport. This was part of my my optimistic aspiration towards actually getting people using planes. There's some planes, look, and there may even be someone on there. See, 2 whole people on board. It's not making any money, obviously, but you know, we've got it. It's running. It's happening. Hovercraft, what are you packing? 15 of 15. Now you're talking. Anyway, there you go. That's that. After the bombastic intro, I'll come up with some kind of an idea of what we're doing today. Okay, now then, we recently set up the first stage of the Mainline to go and do some truck action and to deliver foodstuffs and get that all kind of moving and some kind of action happening. Let's turn a few more bits and pieces back on, shall we? There you go. That's sufficient bits and pieces. And what I didn't do is set up a truck route here at this little station, which I think is a Gallifrey or a Miranda, or it's a Gallifrey. And the reason that I didn't is I kind of go, I'm only making food. And yet we do have the opportunity to produce plastic here, which would in turn drive a little bit more demand for your corn-based substances. Why I didn't hook it up was, well, it's not food. That's why I didn't hook it up. But perhaps I should. So we'll start here. This is not by any means the main body of the adventure. I still haven't decided what I'm doing on that front. And we'll go and have a look at the goods line overall in a moment and see how that's getting on. I just figured let's fling in a quick truck stop or two here to make that happen. I'm going to resist the Entrepot Logistics JODs this time around. Just purely because. Also, I've got to do something with the logs in the future, and so I'm probably going to replace that in due course. But not now. Right, and then we've got 2 of them. Now, this one's obviously going to get the meat and potatoes of the situation, but the whole aim of this series is to hook up everything and then see what happens. So regardless of the fact that second one probably isn't going to get a lot of business, I'm going to hook it up anyway, and we'll see what happens. It is conceivable, given the trucks that I'm running, that we end up with some corn being dropped off here, and that plastics are generated and subsequently distributed. I don't know. We're just going to have to play that one by ear. Right, 2 routes required. Thank you. 1. Yeah, good. Now then, what are you? What are you? You're the very big corporation. Okay, now then, just bring up your line manager and remind yourself of what you call these things. This, and then the trucks and the buses and the ho-ho-ho. And it's going to be supply, isn't it? It is supply. It is supply. Okay, right. So, this is supply. No, come on. Play the game. Supply, and that's very big corp to Gallifrey, which is what did I use as Gallifrey short code? Is it just Gaul, or is it Galley? I think it's Gaul. Gaul ML. There you go for mainline. Right, there you go. Brains back in gear. Let's trot on, and then you've got another one down here that goes up to there, and that one is called. This is the Umbrella Corporation. Okay, that's right. Supply. There is some theming behind all the different businesses. Those that are producing plastics tend to be corporate, as is very very evident. Umbrella Corp. To Gal ML. Right. What would be smarter in naming convention would be if I put the station first. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Shall I do that off screen, because that's going to take a bit of monkeying about, and it's not going to be visually that stimulating. All right. Okay. Good. That's a sound decision there on your part. Well, I thought so. Right, okay, now then, let's plumb in the old depot here and get some trucks on that. I think one of each will probably do the job. The train's already stopping, but obviously there's no reason for it to do anything here at the moment. Hopefully this will provide some meaning to its life. So we'll just go with one of each, one on each initially. We'll go with these big lads purely because they're simple, they get the job done. Supply down the bottom, very big corp. Thank you. And then let's use the DHL here as well. Buy one of those, please. Thank you. And stick that one on umbrella. There we go. Right, that's that done. Will anything come from it? I honestly couldn't tell you, but it's unlikely at the moment. Right, let's have a look at that line overall and see how it's doing financially. Now, that is the Freight Spinwood Boxcar Comestible, which is making me $1.5 million a year. Now, that's pretty lightweight, given the length of the route and the potential haulage that it has going on. But when I pull up some stations in a minute, you'll see that actually there is a massive opportunity to do more with that. And then you want the freight widdershins as well. Now, the good news about those is they don't cannibalize each other. I've lost it. Go by name. Mainline Freight. Here we go. Freight widdershins is losing 2.67 million. Although it looks like, we've just tipped past start of year. So those all ping back up. As you can see, we burned 2 million quid there just at month end. Now, I could bung an extra train on both of those, and that would probably work. Should we do that? Yeah, I've got 1.9 billion in the bank. That's quite a lot of money. Yeah, all right, let's do that. I mean, that'll trot on, and then we'll move on to the next objective. I'm not sure what the next objective is. Right. If you look down here at wherever we are here, Mos Eisley, you'll see that actually we've got a reasonable amount starting to build up. And also, on the delivery side of things, we've got a reasonable amount starting to build up. That's jolly good fun. The thing that's going to hold this back the most, if anything, is that you're not going to have one station like this delivering to multiple towns. And normally that's the way that you guarantee yourself a modicum of success on the freight side of things, is making sure you've got multiple town delivery going on. But from the producer's side of things, so from the various farms that I've got hooked up, then that's quite plausible. Also, are you producing at the moment? No, you're not. I did mention that we were going to do something with that. I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, as you look over that way, back towards the old town, so Shermer, Asgard, Pleasant View, we've got a lot waiting there. So I think, yeah, okay, right. We'll add another train, and then what? Now we've got much more opportunity to do cross-country stuff, but to be honest, I want to start packing out the mainline. This first run has been relatively successful, so I think that that subsequent runs have just as much chance. Now we're shipping 360. Let's go buy ourselves another train here. Obviously, if I'd have loaded this up before clicking the button now, it would have already populated, but it has to think about it for the first time to kind of go, well, let's look at all the nonsense you've got installed and then put those into some kind of an order. Right, diesels. Now we're running the SD70 CSX on there, which is right here. There we go. Right, smashing. Eat that. And then freight wagons, we're running the CSX freight wagons as well. I've made this very easy on myself with a 360 capacity. All right, I stick the... You can't have more than one of the graffiti wagon because you just kind of go, that's the same graffiti wagon twice. What are you trying to pull here? Right, so you will be going with a shingle. So off you trot. And then we'll do another one out of this end as well. This isn't going to make too much of an impact on making more money, but it should net out to around the same point we are doing now. The challenge is going to come in finding bottlenecks later on and sorting those out. It's about where's there a heck of a lot of stuff waiting, and where can we replace that with additional services or more trucks or whatever it'll take. Right, you're going spinward. There we go. Right. Should we do a quick zoom in and watch them happening? We do like to watch stuff leaving the depot for the first time, don't we? I say we, I mean me. But there you go. Oh, disaster pending. No, not disaster pending at all. There we go. They're off. They're running. They're happy-go-lucky. They're having a splendid time. Right now, that then leads to the second setup that we want to do today. Am I really going to set up other freight lines? Oh gracious. Well, I mean, look. I mean, this is a high draw. This might make the thumbnail at this rate. You're going to want to get a bit lower down. Just tweak the angle a little bit. Think about your golden thirds there, something like that. It's jolly pretty. Might make the cut. Right. Okay. So let's just go see exactly how much we've got waiting over here. Look at all of this raw material that we've got sat, just going. Well, come on, then. Are you picking us up or what? And also adding those extra trains just now, that will increase the frequency of the of transport. Which is going to be incredibly beneficial. So Spinwood has got 1,100 waiting, and we've got 300 waiting to go Widdershins. So success is what's happening there. Meanwhile, over here, where are you actually connected to? Oh, I see. You're the processing plant. All right, okay. And then what have you got waiting here? Getting on for 300. All right, what route's that? Milliway Shermer. Let's bang another truck on that one. Because evidently we can be doing a little bit more. Have this one. Have this Gartner truck on this one. And that's going to be supply. No, you just looked at it. Milliway Shermer. There you are. Go on, off you trot. There we are. That'll beef things up a smidge. Oh, it's a completely different design of truck as well. Well, that's pretty exciting. Mixing and matching. The Pepsi truck is going to be like, oh, I see. Oh, Pepsi's not good enough for you anymore. It was never good enough, Pepsi. Coca-Cola, all the way. Right, okay, now then. There are two more simple chains that we could start looking at. And those simple chains, obviously, for those in the know, and I'd expect that to be quite a few of you, is stone to construction materials or fuel and oil. Now, I've steered away from fuel and oil by rail so far, and as someone astutely pointed out in the comments recently, the little vans that I use to deliver to town don't carry oil. They don't carry any of the wet stuff, so I need to come up with a new solution for that anyway. So I think what we'll do, I am a sucker for construction materials, I love them, but equally, we could start delivering coal to start making plastic. Now, plastic can then subsequently be turned into goods, as you know. So it would just be a case of... So we've got plastics, and then goods are... Don't they have multiple requirements? So that needs lumber. Right, let's set up a lumber route. There you go. That's what we're going to do. Now then, we'll get one going, and because we like living spinwood, we'll do that, unless I can just clone a route. I've no idea if you can or not. It would be the sort of thing you could do, but it's not the sort of thing I've ever looked into. Hold on, please bear with me. Where have you? That's all trucks, you pillock. Freight. This, yeah. Now, clone it? No. Right, okay, didn't think so. What about from here? Overview. Clone route. Clone route? I don't think you can. What does this button do? Oh, crikey, it tells you stuff. I should read that at some point. I've only played about 700 hours. I'll get round to that someday. Right, okay, so... Yeah, okay, I've made a decision, and we're now doing that. So brace yourselves. The action commence shortly. Commences shortly. Before I do that, is anything actually occurring here? Oh, yeah, no, it definitely is. There's a truck, look. Right, okay, so we'll start with... Now, if we're going to come out this way, we'll start with whatever's next. Yeah, I know, it's going to be another one of those where I do a tour of the map. But, you know, it's a nice map, and there's quite a lot going on, so tours are therefore lovely. And where's the next one? It's quite a gap before the next one. All right, it's the Tiddler down here. Come on, keep coming. And then, of course, we've got the natural the moment of then following it around again to make sure it's not doing something wacky as far as line association is concerned. But don't worry too much about that. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. It's Mega City 1. Now, it's chosen platform 3 for all of these. That's a good sign. That tends to indicate that things will go largely hitchless. You new here, largely hitchless, you joker. There you go. See, now it's started to muck about. It's going Gallifrey East, platform 2, Gallifrey North, platform 4, and then back to platform 3, and then you're switching lines all over the show, aren't you, pal? And then, as if by magic, we've got a line change required there. All right, we'll put that on the to-do list over in the corner. Hopefully we won't get too many of those, otherwise the to-do list really starts to murder the frame rate. Right, and then we'll go around here. Now, when I originally set the main line up, half the intention was that some of the freight trains would skip some of the freight stations. As yet, I haven't been doing that. I'm not being too clever in terms of skipping where things aren't necessary, but I will probably do it later on, if only to make the traffic a little bit more varied on these mainline routes. And you come into here. Yeah, there you go. So we're thinking lumber this time around. So after we've done this, we'll go look for anything that is lumber associated and within spitting distance of a freight station, and hook up some truck routes on that. Gee, it's gonna be a bit messy. Now, if I recall correctly, there are 15 stops on the main line. I'm pretty sure it was 15. You already know if it's not, because you pay attention and make a mental note of such things. Anyway, it's 13. Let's zoom out a little bit and make it quicker on ourselves. So, for example, here, I could quite easily bypass... What's this going to be? This is going to be that, which is like Arkham, I suppose? Gotham. That's close. So there is the option for the freight routes to just sail straight through, rather than taking the detour out. And I've got maybe 3, maybe 4 stations that have that option built into them. But so far, I really don't make use of it. And there we go, it's 15. Flipping heck, I actually remembered something. Well, golly. Right, okay, so that's it. That's what it thinks it wants to do. Now we need to go through and tell it what it's actually going to do. Right. Pull up everything here. Okay, now then, we want the freight, the spinwood, and we want the freight widdershins, and we'll turn the widdershins into this kind of cyan, teal, kind of whatever the hell it is. Someone told me off for calling teal cyan recently, and, that really burns. Right, good. And then orange. What the hell is orange? Or is that just the blurring? It is the blurring of the pink and the yellow there. So far, this all looks good. So orange is actually what we're looking for, because that is the pink and the yellow mixed together. Are we only running 2 platforms? No, what? The main route is only 2 platforms, but you could use a 3rd platform like this. Oh, you are special. Oh, that's a moment of wonderment there. Arguably, you're on the wrong side of the track, but I'm not going to judge you too harshly for that. That's terrific, because that then allows trains to overtake one another. Apologies, getting a bit jerky, but we've got quite a lot of information all being distilled and condensed and juggled at once. Right, what's going on here? As you can see from the pulsating disco light line here, something has gone a bit skew with. Now, it could be that I've just set that up to be... Yeah, I've set it to be single track. Okay, alright, fine. But if I've set that to be single track, yes, then why do you have double tunnelage going on here? Oh, maybe I thought something about... No, actually, where does that double tunnel go? Oh, that's all right. Okay, fine. That goes back onto the passenger route. In which case, this is operating properly. I know. I'm shocked too. Right. Do we want to do something clever coming out of Gallifrey? I'm going to need to fix this at some point, but not now. It's just a case of setting up a bit of junction action to get that working. Right, and then you come into G North. Again, we've got 6 platformer here, and we're only using 2 at the moment. All right. Put that one on my to-do list, would you? We'll upgrade some of the lesser known, lesser used stations and make them a little bit more drama. Right, coming into Megacity 1, that's all good. There is an argument to be made for bunging some signals on here. And you say there is an argument to be made. What I mean is I'm going to put some signals on here, and we'll do it just beyond the end of the station. End of the platform, thank you. Is that going to have a dramatic effect? One may very well ask. Possibly. No, it's not. It's not going to have any kind of an effect at all, I wouldn't have thought. Right, okay, here's where it's all gone horribly wrong. Why have you all suddenly opted to go just on the one line there? Now, I know that there are some one-way sections in this hold everything. Call up everything. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. We dart on. I've potentially created a crisis for myself. Oh, I haven't. I haven't created any kind of a crisis at all. That's all working flawlessly. So I think, because we single track again through the station here, but it's decided to single track this lot as well. Now the thing is the length of the train going to be sufficient to warrant staying single track there? Because that's going to bog things down quite a bit. So we have the option. So we've got a one-way signal on that. we just need to, if I just stick a one-way signal out here somewhere, that should take care of business. Now then, where do I want it? No, there's only one place you want it, and that's here. So put that as a one-way, right? And then watch everything go. Ah! Oh, it didn't. Oh, it went. All right. Yeah. Okay. We can play ball. Right. Okay. That's that fixed. Next, moving on. So there's the one-way section going through there. How much impact those one-way? Because there's about 3, I think, on the whole circuit that go one way, and the challenge we're going to have there is in not allowing it to bottleneck, which is distinctly possible. Right, so okay, so pink split off to go out on that route. That's jolly exciting. That's a one-way bit of track. This is a one-way bit of track. But then we all meet up again together. You're swinging over onto there. You should do it here, really. No, you should definitely do it here. I need you to go via a waypoint. Because obviously you don't want a signal on this. You want a waypoint on there to just kind of go, no, take the points here instead. That way you're not blocking the line that's coming the opposite way. I mean, it's incredibly obvious. Right, where have we just come from? Where are we going to? What am I doing here? We're heading towards Pseudopolis Mainline. Spinwood Comestible. No, it's it. Right, Pseudopolis Mainline. So after Hogsmeade, you want to add in... Where's it gone? You want to add in that. There you go. And that way we're not going to clog up that route any more than we were doing already. Then you continue as before. I tell you, the AI is doing a belter of a job in assigning a fresh platform for different trains. Well done. Yeah, I know, that's me giving some props there to the path-making decision tree. It is doing a good job. Right, come round into Asgard. Anything exciting? Once again, it's split it onto a separate platform. That's magic. Now, whether we're going up, down, or down, up, down, up, down, and the Konami code, haven't really decided to implement that too forcefully so far. When I say forcefully, I mean I haven't decided to implement it at all. It's something that has been mooted on several occasions, but so far we haven't got around to it. Right, that's broken. Okay, why are you broken? You should be one way. Right, you do that. Obviously that's not going to affect anything. Now, this is the famed Schirmer tunnel that creates all the problems. Or has historically created all the problems. Now, you're coming upstream, which means that we're going to want a set of signals, which we have here, and we set those one way. Right, now, why are you acting like a clown car in this tunnel? Okay, you, here, yes, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you there, Chief. I need you to go via this when you're coming from... where you're coming from? Pleasant View. And that's the Widdershins route. So you're coming from Pleasant View Exchange to Schirmer Sidings, right? Yes. Okay, right. So we need to stick that on there. Okay, it's not broken anything. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the likelihood of peril, danger, and no, don't close that down. You need it. Oh, you Burke. Come here. Bring it back up again. There you go. Look, we're doing important business, and therefore we need all the salient information to conduct our important business. Right. Okay. And then we're merging back up here. This is all going quite nicely so far. Road vehicle 138. Yeah. All right. Sit over there on my to-do list. Honestly, my to-do list is getting quite extensive. Now, for some reason, it's decided not to use the second set of because it can't carry on. All right, I'll shut up. Onwards. Apologies for the combination vertigo and dizziness generating camera angle speed diving there, but I'm just trying to get through this nice and rapido. Now, we're doing lumber this time, but as you can recall, we've got the stone production facility up there, and that's going to kick back into high gear when we start talking stone. Are we talking stone? We're not talking stone. Right, Minas Tirith, that's all good. I could just bung a train up here and hope for the best, but I do prefer to walk the route first. And even then, invariably I end up missing something. Keep going. Yep, this is all looking fine. And then we're back to Hill Valley, which means we're not far off. We could possibly put you on a different platform here. I don't think we will. We should put you on a different platform, but this one's... what is that? Widdershins has opted to go at a slightly unconventional route. I don't mind it. We're all unconventional in some fashion or another. Convention be damned. Right, there's Gotham Transfer. That's all looking fine. As long as I'm seeing a distinct kind of cyan and orangey line here, then everything is all peachy. And then back to Alpha Complex, which is the next one up the route. That all looks groovy, and then we're done, right? Let's just make sure it's not broken up to the first stop at Mos Eisley. Good, right? That's the thing. That's real now. Freight, yeah. Spinwood, right. Okay, now then, this is going to be flat cars, flat car. You could call it a state car, yes. But I'm calling it a flat car because I've got one in mind, and I believe it is called a flat car. And even more excitingly, it does not just handle lumber, it also handles other stuff as well. So here we go, back to the shed. Do we go straight for 3 trains or do we go for 1? Yeah, no, we'll go for 3. We'll go for 3 copies of this because we've already learned that 3 is where it's at in terms of actually starting to generate a reasonable amount of dosh. So we'll go with another SD70. Actually, we might go with the 75, just so we can run some Canadians on there as well. Give them a lookout. Give them a high five of some description. Right, you have that, and then now then, 89-foot flat car. You are useless to me at the current time. That's a shame. The bi-level auto. I want to use all of these. You know, don't worry. Double stacked wagons. Yes, all of it. I'm well up for that. Do we go Chinese with it? No, I think there'll be a riot if we do that. Right, here's all the boring stuff. That's where we may end up if all else falls apart. Now then, I do like the Pennsylvania 50-foot flat car. The only downside is that the Pennsylvania 50-foot flat car is a little bit of a naffy's cheat. I mean, look at it. It does everything. There is nothing this thing can't handle, and therefore don't want to use it. I want to try and specialise the wagons a little bit. I'm quite happy to have them for them to have a smidge of crossover, but just you know, within reason. There's all the oil wagons. I don't think I'm going to come across another one. We got this state car here. Maybe that'll do the trick. No, there are multiple good reasons not to use this one. Again, it is a one-slot-fits-all, not to the same extent, but more than that, its top speed's too low. And it is pretty critical that we manage to hit around about the same top speed for everything that we run on the line. So, well, what's it going to be then? I think you know where you're going, don't you? We could go Chinese. Can't carry logs. And logs are a fundamental part of the setup that we're running here. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Right, no, I don't think we've got a choice. I think you're going to have to go traditional with it. Right, so there you go. 16 to 18, logs, steel, construction material. I see this does quite well across the board there. Yeah, let's. Yeah, we're going to take these ones, are we? Yes, we are. Right. Okay. So capacity up some. 360 is what we're currently running at, and then we'll pack in another couple of those as well. All right, go for it. Oh, what it is to have 2 billion in the bank. Right, you there. Did I name the line? I did line it. Name the name. Name the line. Right, correctly. Good. Okay, now then, that's going to run. I'm going to give it some breathing space before we fire the other two up the line as well. And yeah, we are using vanilla assets on that one, but they just happen to be the most appropriate for what we want to do. A slightly longer flat car would be slightly more dramatic, I feel. But no matter, we'll get to that. Right, now let's fix these, and let's start making arrangements for these to be prepped for future endeavours. Now, we do need a universal truck of some description for all of these, because these are the delivery chaps, and I think that's going to mean we use a cheaty truck. We call them cheaty trucks, friends, because firstly they take absolutely everything, and secondly they've got monstrous levels of capacity. So they are the naffy state wagon of the trucking industry, but we're going that way. Right, that's you dealt with. That's the Mega City 1 route, and then Hill Valley, same deal. We'll do all of these, and that way we're future-proofed. I already foresee a moment where I'm going to need to run through all this stuff, and yeah, I know I'm mixing and matching. We're putting Michelin on there. I know, which is it's high drama. But yeah, I'm going to have to do a kind of manual replacement on everything at some point, and if you're very lucky, I won't make you sit through it. Tell you what, let's put Eddie Stobart on this one. Let's go to Moss Isley. Yeah, I figured that's where Stobart's would most likely work. Right, okay, the train's away. We'll give that a minute or two to build up, and now we're hunting wabbits. We're actually not hunting wabbits in the slightest. Oh, hello. There's some more plastic manufacture opportunity. Right, okay, now then, since we're in the mood to do quite a lot of this, we'll do quite a lot of it. Right, set up a quick route on that. Yeah, from out for Complex Central. Really? I think you've got a bit of a nerve calling yourself Central there. This is the Roxon Energy Corporation. All right, okay, fine. Supply Roxon Energy to, and that's Alpha Complex, isn't it? So that's Alco Mainline. I didn't even need to look it up. I got that one right first time. Right, one freight truck, please. There you go. You can take the Harley Davidson truck. Have a good time. Right, here you go. They did supply from whatever it was, Rocks Off, to that way. Good. Right, moving onwards. Actually, no, while we're in... Gently. Talk about your rapid scrolling there. Right, any more logs in the area? No. So we're looking for lumber and lumber processing. Here's another one. What the hell are you going to do with that? It's just outside the range that I would consider going by road, because we're either going to ship to here or out the other side of Moss Isley, and that's far too far. So I think what we're going to need there is we're going to need another goods line that hits that, and then this food station here, and then what comes back again? Could do. I mean, certainly the Alpha Complex station has the capacity to run that kind of stuff. So I think that's what we'll do. Right. So you're not on our shopping list today. You'll be on our shopping list another day. Right. Okay. Moss Isley. Yes. Where would you like to go? Again, I think that one might be too far inland. Although we have got this goods facility here, which is... What are you close to? Oh, there's Moss Isley. Miranda's got a good station. It's all the way up there. I don't think this one helps either. Although this one's actually going to produce finished goods out the other end. Where are we? We're about 40 minutes in. Could we... do you want to run a quickie goods route here? Oh, really? It's a lot of effort. It is a lot of effort. Because that's going to need plastics and it's going to need lumber, which is very exciting. That could turn into all kinds of things. Well, it could turn into goods. That's going to make for a tricky wagon selection as well. I think we might have to use the pseudo naffies to make that happen. Except, of course, we can't ship lumber. No, you're too far away. I can't justify that. Or can I justify that? Can you justify that? Could that be justified? you've got a truck stop there. You could do a little tag team along. Okay, do a little tag team along and see what happens. All right. This is not conventional, and therefore we're not doing it. No, it doesn't follow the rules, but it is interesting. It is interesting, but it doesn't follow the rules, and it's only the same distance as that is. All right, no, that one's got to have a train. Sorry, no, I set your hopes there too high. But that one's going to need to have a train. Anyway, good news. There's some actual lumber. So let's sort that out. Now then, you said you were going to have to revisit this. You were ominously prescient in doing so because the time has now arrived. Now then, you have the choice to go on this brilliant bit of bridge, which does look ace. Admittedly, it also looks completely unsafe. And then come round the corner and go to there, which is a very long way out. I'm not joking. That's a very long way to go. It's a significant detour. Or you use the little spur of track you've got there and just bang a cheeky little road up there. Cheeky little road wins out. Arguably, I should have built this way in the first place, but I didn't, and therefore we do tend to ride whatever pony it is we've saddled ourselves with. No, go up. There you go. That's it. Right, and then do something here that isn't completely awful. No. This is all looking completely awful. All right, try going this way, because then you've got a connection that is not completely awful. It's quite awful, but not completely awful. And I need to make this prettier. Back in the early stages of this series, as I'm sure many of you recall, I did actually put a bit of effort into making my my good stuff actually look halfway decent, and I shall do so again. It's just a matter of taking the time to do it, really. It's quite satisfying to do, so there's no reason I wouldn't do it. Right, okay, from Gallifrey to Gallifrey. Good. Now then, what are you actually? This is the Green Hill Zone. Oh, that's nice. Right, supply Green Hill to Gallifrey Mainline. Okay, cool. And then one truck should do the trick there. I mean, largely because the trucks have got a heck of a lot of capacity. Get rid of these buses. And then secondly, because it's really close together. So, there's no need for more than that. Green Hill, Gallifrey. Go. Right. Good. Right. Now, first train has had long enough to become, well, at least some way around the line. So let's bring out a new one. Flat cart lumber. Yes. Now, I could have just stuck this on the comestibles line, I could have. But there is a reasonable chance in the future that I split these lines up further. So I do take them on those separate routes, on those kind of side routes that we've got going on. So that's the reason why they're all going to get their own lines. Then also I'll be able to filter actually which goods is it, or are it, which am it that are making me money and which are just burning it. Because food might do quite well, whereas other goods types might do completely wretchedly. Gee, your language is all over the show today, son. I mean, what's that all about? It's Friday. It's some people do dress down Friday. Not me. I do language down Friday. Right. Okay. So this is, hello there, Dark Star. Seems about right for a. Oh no, Dark Star. It's a Carpenter movie. See, Carpenters. There you go. Yeah, you have to remind yourself of just how clever you aren't on a regular basis. Dark Star 2, that's Lower Gallifrey. I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to need to come up with some short codes for some of these stations. Actually, which mainline station is this? This is Gallifrey. Gallifrey's got 2 stations, which makes things complicated. Flipping Time Lords, getting in the way of everything. Right, now, how many are you going to need? So let's go with a slightly wasteful 2 and see where it gets us. No, let's not. Let's go with a not so wasteful B&M truck and just do it once. Right, so you are supply, because we're not up to delivery yet. No, we're not doing delivery. This is all supply lines. All the delivery lines are set. You don't need to do any more delivery lines. The delivery lines, if you haven't been paying attention, are the ones that that actually take stuff out to consumers, to the towns. Oh, now you're talking. Oh, well, we've obviously built this one before, so this one's going to be relatively straightforward. What are we looking for? 2 lines? You've got some goods going on up there. Can we? I think you can build those just out of wood. Right, okay, 3 lines. Ooh. Now, whether or not this actually manages to get any traction, I've no idea, but we're doing it. Right, that's 1. Okay, and then the next one is going to be that one up to here. We need a bigger truck station there. This one's not going to do. And then, all right, what are you over there? You're just some kind of mine. And then one of these as well. There we go. Terrific. Okay, right, now then. So you are what, exactly? You're Zorg Industries. Okie dokie. And which was that? The exchange. So this is supply Zorg Industries. Industries. Yes. MCOML. Right. Now, we're not going to close the window down. Don't close the window down because doing so will mean that I forget immediately which routes I'm supposed to be setting up. You've then got, who's this? Little China Carpenters again, you see. And that's supply, yeah. Little China to, guess what, MCOML. Right, okay, good. Don't close it. Thank you. And then finally, we've got the Forest of Doom. Oh, a bit of fighting fantasy there. Right, yeah, no, wait, no, this, yes, good. Right, supply. Forest of Doom. I think I've got Doom Mountain somewhere as well. Doom is well represented here on the main line. Right, okay, that's those 3. This is going to make MCO really quite a jumping kind of a joint. Where's the depot? And there's one over there. It's miles away, but we're using it anyway. We'll just ship them over from Hogs. That'll be fine. Right, freight. So Forest of Doom is right next door. You can have 1 truck, and it's going to be the East Coast Custom truck. Set line, supply Forest of Doom. Supply, that one, yes, thank you very much. Welcome to the party, pal. Next, Little China is the other one. So this is what do we think here? I think 2 will do the job. We may need to up it a little bit further. No, wrong button. You wanted to go over there to the depot that is a million miles away that you have for some reason chosen. Freight. You can have 2 trucks. I know, enjoy it. We'll even let's use these dash on that one. Right, set line, and you are Zorg. Go. Right, good. Kill that. Kill this. Don't kill that. Okay, fine. And then finally, we've got this one over here, which is also quite close. You can have 1. So that's Little China. Let's go down for one of these. You can have the Freightliner Swift. I'm really mixing and matching on an international basis here, but it is lovely. Right, Little China Supply. There you go. Right, good. That's very exciting. That'll be the first place to really get jumping, would be my expectation. But obviously we're not going to find out until we find out. Right, what else have we got going on here? The other adventure we've got, of course, is that cross-country freight line that we set up not so long ago, that's got a fighting chance of having some lumber within range as well, in which case I'm going to need a rethink about exactly what's going on there. However, we've got another line here to set up from this one to that one. Thank you. Right, and that's who are you and what do you do? That's Endor. Oh, okay. It's full of little teddy bears. Heavily armed little teddy bears. Endor to, where are we? Hogs. Hogs, ML. MPL, MPO? I don't know, it sounds technical, but that's not what we're after. Give me this. One will do the trick. Freight, yeah. And I'll tell you what, since this is definitely only doing lumber, how about we stick a lumber truck on there? Do we have a lumber truck that can haul about 70-ish? I'll take 50. I mean, in fact, I'll do more than one truck. If we've got, what, just for a bit of variety, you know? I'm sure I have. Why is my collection not currently stuffed to the gills with Volvos? Onion Jack is usually, you know, right up front, present and correct on this side of things, but he doesn't appear to have made the collection yet. No, don't tell him. He'll be upset. Right, this doesn't actually do lumber, so I'm afraid we're going to business as usual on this one, and we'll go with this figure. Right, Endor. Supply, Endor, flipping, whatever. That one, do it. Punch it. Activate. All those things. We need a little bit more end supply kind of jazz going on here. Something like that. That would be good to hook up. That would most definitely be good to hook up, because if we're not producing any end materials, none of these supply chains are actually going to kick off. Right, we've got this lumber yard down here, which I have used previously. And look, this is actually evidence of me, you know, not just whistling Dixie when I say that once in a while I've actually put a little bit of decoration into effect. Right, so you're going to need that. You're going to need this. That's 2. Any more? That's number 3. That's the biggie. Because that actually produces some end materials. Okay, well, 3. Let's do it. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Right, from that one to this one. Where actually is it? Where is it actually? It's there. Right. Okay. Next, that's this plastics producer and station. This one. Yeah. This. Yes. Over here. Thank you. Thank you. No. Thank you. And then one more. This. Yeah. From there over to here. Make sure you click the right bit. The number of times that I've tried to set one of these up and ended up trying to send a truck down the rails into the train station. You would believe it, but even so, it doesn't make you feel any less of a Charlie. Right, this is Dunder Mifflin. Oh, no. Really? We're about to switch on complain mode again. All right, okay, well, so be it. Right, so this is supply Dunder Mifflin 2. Who are we here? This is Pseudopolis, isn't it? PSEUML. Do you want to call it PSEU, or would you go SUD like that? PSUD. Well, you've not done it so far. I will go PSUD. I think that there's a certain kind of hippity hop kind of vibe going on with that that sets it aside from other mortals. I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, okay, that's going to need some. Don't close it down. We're going to need to bang some trucks on there in a minute. Right, Asgard Central, that's you. What are you representing? That's the fog. More carpenter there. Supply the fog to PSUD ML. Oh, that's there. There's all kinds of, I feel good about that naming convention. Right, and then finally you got this one, which is the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation, as recently represented by myself in a game of Stellaris. Sirius Cybernetics to that. Right, good. Where's a depot? I'm pretty sure I still own some somewhere. Actually, previously I had to bring them in from Pseudopolis itself, which is a bit of a trek, and there's enough action going on here that it's worthwhile setting one up, so I'm going to set one up. I want to get all of this done so we can do just a little bit of train spotting as well. Right, Sirius Cybernetics is a bit of a hike, so I'm going to stick 3 on there. Give me 3 of these Feldschlossen. Schloss? Shen. Yeah, that's an easy one to get your face mixed up on. Right, and you are Serious Cybernetics. Thank you. Yeah, it begins with an S. Yeah, all right. Next up, the Fog. That's this one. One. That'll do. Yeah. Go with this Hoffer. I'm not saying an umlaut, because then it would be Herfer. Possibly. Right, the Fog. Go. Right, good. That's you operational as well. Don't close the depot. You're not done with it yet. And then Dunder Flippin' Mifflin. I think that might warrant 2, but we'll start with 1 and see what it thinks about things. I'll use a different one as well. Let's go. Let's put the Walmart truck on there. Oh, hello, autosave. Your first instinct when you click something and nothing happens is, oh no, please don't break. Your second instinct is check the autosave. Oh, there it is. There's the autosave. Good, fine. Right, set line Dunder Mifflin. Supply Dunder Mifflin. Good. Now, as with the food line, none of these are really going to come into their own until such a point as we're running both directions, and then there'll be quite a bit of interchange between the two. I hope. But yeah, it does take until you're somewhat established before these things really start kicking off. Right. Okay. Flipping crikey. How much further you got to go? Well, you're just over a third of the way round the loop here, and we've yet to determine whether you've got a load more to do or actually not that many. Right. Okay. So this one is Escape from New York. Okay, I think, given the number of times we're going to be referencing Mr. Carpenter here, I think people have got it now, and you don't need to explain yourself. Escape from New York to Asgard. Asgard. No, Asgard. Yes. ML. And then over here we got another one. Good. It is better that you total up how many you've got to do before you start plumbing this in, but you know it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Lower Asgard, there you go. And then who are you? That's Precinct 13. Marvelous. Supply, yeah. Precinct. Now then, now's a good time, I think, for me to go. Would you rather I did this offline rather than recording it? I mean, I know that there are some of you who are kind of following along, recreating this for yourselves at home. Good on you. But for everybody else, do you want to see this level of detail, or am I getting to the point now where you just kind of go, can you just get on with it? Because this is the game. You build some trucks and fire them away and all of that kind of jazz. I'm going to deploy these from absolutely ruddy miles away. How long are those routes? They're long enough to justify 2 each. Okay, fine. But not the 20s. We'll go with the 75s on here. Hold on. You say the 20s? Those haven't got the capacity that you actually want to do the job, you fool. The 75s are the ones you want. You've been sticking trucks that have got nowhere near enough capacity on those routes. Dunder Mifflin started working, look. Right, okay, you can go Precinct 13. I'm going to have to revisit that. I'm not going to put you through it. I'll do it on my own dime. Right, and a pair on Walmart on Escape from New York. Right, good. Pretty certain I didn't just send all of those up the same route. Let's just check. I didn't. Therefore, I'm fine here. Right, okay, where to next? Well, next you go up to the next station and go like, hello, wood-based items, please. Well, there's one. It's an unending joy train, this one. Right, this, that, you, here. One from there, two, I think, imagine, around here. There you go. How long's that route? That's worthy of a 2 as well. All right, and you are the thing. Right, supply the thing to, what are you, Ples? P-L-E-A? P-L-E-S. I have used this one. I need to look it up. Sorry, it's got to be done. We've got naming conventions for reasons. Line, Shouldn't you be showing me... Oh, those are the cross lines. It begins with P then, doesn't it? P... Oh, plus V. All right. Yeah, okay, that stands to reason. Plus V mul. Although there is another plus V mul up there. Don't worry about that. It's just details. Just details. Don't get bogged down in it. Right, freight. This one is also going to warrant 2. Let's put the Monster Energy truck on this one. And there you go. That's the thing to Pleasant View. You don't really want the thing to go to Pleasant View. The thing's not very pleasant at all. It's easily one of the finest 3 movies ever made, just so as you know. Right, anything happening at this one? No, that's all good. Next up. We still need some end production going on here. I haven't seen a massive amount of it so far. Now, I know we skipped a couple that were very definitely inland. Oh, now we're talking. Right, yeah, okay, this is... Where are we? Hill Valley? No, Minas Tirith. Yeah, this is going to bring the party on. This will do the trick. Do we think it's Dunder Mifflin who are complaining? Of course it is. Oh, dearie me. They are never happy. Oh, I don't know what to do there. I'll just sling some more trucks up there. Oh, I even named these well. Oh well, that's jolly good of me. However, it's not going to make a massive amount of difference. No, you've done the wrong one there. Deactivate that, reactivate this, do a bit of that. Stark Industries. See, I already know what it's called. Man, you see, if I had the gumption to do that all the time, that would make a big difference. Right, supply, start, Strack, no, Industries, yes, 2. When I say we work there, Mint, ML. Right, and then you are OCP. That's Omni Consumer Products there, to Mint, ML. See, you're in the know. This could mean anything to anybody, but you actually know what that means. You're on board with the rules and regulations as far as the naming of this is concerned. Now, I'm going to be optimistic on this front and go for 3. We'll put some KFC wagons and head them out to Stark Industries. Purely because we haven't got an awful lot of manufacturing, kind of end manufacturing set up. Will it need them? Probably not. But we'll do it anyway. OCP only needs 1 because it's right next door. There you go. Right. Okay. Good. Another set of happy customers. The other thing to bear in mind, of course, is the only thing I've got at the moment that will actually ship goods by rail is the food line. So this may actually help to bulk out some of the food kind of pickup stuff that we've got going on. You missed one. There is another. Oh, well, Minas Tirith has suddenly become very, very important indeed. Now, I would suggest that that's possibly further than is desirable. But so be it. This is Karaya Tech. All right. Okay. Supply. Yeah. Karaya Tech. The other thing is that the machines... no, it's tools. The tools that we make from here, I haven't got anything that ships them at the moment. Okay, fine. Are you sure about that? Yes, I think you'd need the NAFI style flat car that does steel, and in fact, just pick one up as you go past something that does that, and then you'll be able to evaluate that properly. Right, Minas Tirith Road Depot. You're let's say 2 for the sake of argument, and you can have the Cooler Master. Right. Yeah, I don't think I've got any wagons that can actually haul tools at the moment. I could be wrong, in which case I'm setting stuff up that's just not going to do anything. But having those lines already set is the right thing to do. That way I don't have to come back to it. And there we go. We've got some more going on here as well. Oh, this is going to work. I'm certain of it. It's not going to work now, but it will work at some point. Now, what are you? You're Mars Consolidated, right? And we are almost done now. We haven't got far to go. Mars wait, Mars consolidated to Hill Valley, Hill, Mainline, thank you. Right, depot, there's one very conveniently placed. And that's going to go with 1. We'll use the Union Pacific on this one. Mars consolidated. Go. Right, good, right. And anything else? Yes, good. Right, okay, now then, where are we? What have we got coming up next? There's this new, nice Gotham. Okay. Have we got any candidates in the local area? Yes, that. We should hook that up. Because right now you've got nothing happening here at all. Where does this tunnel... Is that a tunnel? No, it's not a tunnel. It's just a bad bit of road. All right, okay. In which case, let's bang in a proper superhighway. Okay. Now, the thing about superhighways is they go in a straight line. Kind of like that. Okay. Doesn't that just feel a bit belligerent as far as road laying is concerned? Well, maybe it does, but that's how we're going to run it. Is it going to go somewhere else? Oh, almost certainly. And it's not going to be that way. It's going to be the other way. But we'll deal with that in due course. That is the least careful piece of road laying you've ever done. I think you're exaggerating. I think I've done more careless road laying than that in the past. I'm not sure about that, you know. That was just a from nowhere to nowhere straight line of mega highway. Do you care so very little? That's not true. You're being unjustly harsh there, I think. Right, and we'll do that. I am going to prettify. I've decided that I'm going to do some prettification. So in order just to keep us rolling along here at a merry old pace, I'm just going to wang these in somewhat, because everything likes wanging. Right, now then, stick in one of these. Yeah, that's it. Good. One line from here. No, wait. Don't just click the thing. You have to think about it first. Do that, and then this. This is going to be worth a 2, I think. But at least we've now brought this up into the kind of the production era. What are you over there? That's iron ore. I mean, this will come online. I mean, look, if nothing else, you've already got oil production that is a spitting distance away. So that's going to pay off absolutely wonderfully. Just not right now. What are you hauling here? So you've got goods on board, stopped in the station, did nothing with them, just kind of go, why are they making a stop here? Oh, you know, tariffs. What are you talking about? Right, that's the Tyrrell Corporation. You'll be hearing more about them soon. Oh, that's a bloody big spoiler there, Colonel. It's that Tyrrell Corporation. Right, to Goth, obviously, ML. There you go. I bet I haven't got a truck depot for about 1,000 miles in each direction, so we're going to need one of those. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I saw today's video, and I saw that it was an hour and some odd long, and I thought, oh, good. Oh, a good beefy episode with lots of trains and action. No, it's flipping route building, isn't it? It's, you know, it's not trains and action. It's something else entirely. You know what? We're going to use the Stobarts on this. Now, they've only got 20 capacity, so I'm going to put... Yeah. How about that? Yes. There you go. I mean, that's what I'm going to have to do on those others that I've decided to rock the 20 cap trucks on. But, you know, it's all good. It's all part of what makes life wonderful. Right, up to New York. Anyone in the area here? I'm kind of hoping yes, because New York is a little bit neglected. Actually, what New York does not have is a goods station. Unless I am mistaken. No, it just doesn't have one. I'm going to need to figure out how to make that happen at some point. Not now. I think that might be a whole episode project, that one. And then we finally work our way back round here to to Alpha Complex, where that's already running, which means we have completed our circuit. Let's have a quick look at the overall profit that we're making here. So 70 million in 2285. That's okay. We'd spent another 8 as well, so you're looking at 75-ish, 80 million there. The next year we did another 78 million overall. It's all pretty good. Air, we're bringing in, so last year 198 came in, 281 went out. Air's just not making me money. But water is doing okay, 2.5 million in and only 1.9 out. Grand. Road, just to be on the safe side, income 16, outgoing 18. So yeah, road is not yet has not yet got with the program. Right, let's go find one of our new trains and see how they're getting on. So if we are sorted by name, and all trains combined, we're currently tracking with 218 of the lumber and 52 of the processed lumber. That's not bad. Spinwood Comestibles has cost 12 million this year. The flat car has cost 11 million. Yeah, okay. Maybe I need to spend some time on clearing through queued products, because it's the end delivery that is all important. If you can keep those end deliveries rolling outward, and so they're not waiting at the station endlessly, then you can make good money. But it's where you start queuing stuff up that things go wrong. Please show me someone who's got something. There you go. There's one. And as luck would have it, it's currently in a tunnel, and we're no longer following it. Okay, good. Here we go. Right, it's going to emerge from here. You can see it emerging right now. Oh, and we've got a drag race about to occur. Right, okay, we're going to track alongside. Oh, that was pretty ugly. Yeah, that's a bit of a lumpy ugliness going on here. But we're going to track along because we should be overtaken by not one but 2 passenger services momentarily. Try and get a nice angle here, would you? Colonel Cam doesn't work at this resolution because it gets a little bit juddery. There you go. That's the one. Oh, we missed. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get the joy there. Oh, yes, we are. There's a certain amount of joy, admittedly covered in trees. But how about that? That's what you came to see. See, I made you sit through 45 minutes of line planning, but I delivered in terms of something there, and that was clearly something. But we've got a decent amount of lumber on board, and we're going to drop it off, and it's going to. In fact, I'm not even certain we are going to drop it off. There you go. Look, see, all going up there. I need to go back to all of those little mainline passenger routes at some point and upgrade them all, either with more trains running or with longer trains running. There are plenty of opportunities to up the capacity on that front. Right, here we are into one of the. This has always been a pretty heavy hitter as far as traffic has been concerned and productivity, because it's just in the middle of so much good stuff. Right, are you dropping off anything at all? I think you probably will do. Yeah, 2.46 million. That's not bad. That puts it into profit for the year. It won't stay in profit. It will burn a little bit more before then. So that will probably end up as a break-even by the end of the year. And the more encouraging factor was it wasn't running full, which means that stations further up the line there have the potential to deliver a little bit more. You've picked up some more logs, or you've just not let some of them go. I don't understand. Is this? Oh no, Little China is complaining. Oh yeah, it really is. We got lots of lovely lumber waiting there. It just needs a bit more truck. Right, I'm going to fix up some of this because some of it needs fixing up. There we go. We've got some tools waiting. It's all starting to come together a little. It is expensive to run, but everything that we are running has the propensity to actually make some profit further. Oh, you hold on, we're in We're not just in business here. This is a perfect alignment of timing. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you've enjoyed this episode, and fling a like at it if you want to encourage me in any way at all. You know, I see it as like a pat on the head. Well done, you. Oh, aren't you special? That kind of thing. I'll be back soon with a little bit more of the same, and I'll catch up with you next time. Cheerio. Okay, well, that's jolly successful. Well, you say it's successful. I managed to successfully build the stuff at least. But we've still got a little bit of a way to go before it starts making any money, if it's going to make any money. The ambition is that there are enough profit-making aspects to the mainline goods that it offsets the cost centres on those same routes. So the trains have the highest likelihood of making money, probably, but equally some of those truck routes on there are going to make some serious cash over time as well. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, we're at an interesting stage where it's all about now just hooking things up, plumbing it all together, and seeing what shakes loose. So I'll catch up with you soon enough. If you're going to ask, if you decide to ask, where are the mods? Watch the first minute and a half of the video. I explained very clearly in the first minute and a half where they are. You can go find them. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.